Dolly's wedding was my father's dream, which he had dreamt ever since Dolly was a young girl. He wanted this wedding so much because he had missed his youngest sister's wedding, which happened about 43 years back at our home in Anand. Unfortunately, we lost him about 4 years back, and his dream stayed as a dream, which we all, the entire family, came together, and also my mother wanted to have this wedding in the premises, which is Asta. So we all decided that yes, we have to fulfill our father's dream, and we decided, and the planning began. Now this was not a small project because the venue was great, but there were a lot of other issues. So we were a little skeptical about we could handle the amount of people, but then again the problem was parking and other issues. So which was finally decided. We got some space, so there were a lot of modifications to be done in at the entrances, and there was a gate designed and decided to knock down one wall where parking and all that was possible. So since we are lucky that we have a team of architects and engineers in-house, so we didn't have to look for any outside help for making these decisions. So finally everything was on paper, plans were made. It was a lot of effort, a lot of hard work, a lot of dedication, sleepless nights, but everything one at a time was folding and coming into the right place. Now, as the days came closer, more and more guests were there, more and more members. Even during those times, we didn't have any problems. Just the reason being, we had an outdoor kitchen, which ran for almost a month prior to the wedding and post the wedding. So it was so convenient for at least the women of the houses that they didn't have to worry about anything as far as cooking goes. And at the same time, the whole atmosphere was so nicely designed, and it just reminded me of like a festival or a set of a movie studios of either Yash Raj or RK Studios, because every single day of every single event as they come, there was a different set and a different design, different stage, different location, and this was all done by our in-house architect cum directors Yash and Rachita, and the backbone behind two big. The chief behind them is my brother Shailu, and the main engineer and the oldest person, Pradeep Bhai. So we didn't have any problems doing all that, and thank God that everything worked so well. Everybody enjoyed, especially I remember meeting every single morning with the same people or additional people, because as the days came closer, we had more and more guests and family members coming in from different parts of the world. The interesting thing was having tea, lunch, dinner in between practices for the grand performances, because every single person in the family participated and performed in the functions that were actually decided, and it was more like a competition. So everybody worked so hard and gave their best performance, and I think everybody appreciated it. So there were lots of good parts, the fun parts, and finally the grand day, the biggest day of the wedding came close. It was Dolly's wedding. That was the 14th of February, and that's why this video is titled Valentine Wedding, Dolly and Ronak. I won't take much time because otherwise, you know, it will just go on and on. Well, every good festival, and when you're having lots of fun, there's a sad moment in any function or in life. Now the saddest part was after the grand wedding was over, everybody was so enthusiastic, so happy. Finally the time came after the wedding, after the dinner and all that, at about 12:20 at night, which was the 15th morning, the Bidai time. Now this was one of the most difficult moments for everybody, every single member and the guests, and there were about, I would say approximately about 250 people who stayed that late just for the Bidai time. At that time there was a feeling that occurred to my mind that I can understand how difficult it is to give away a daughter from a family who had been a member for whole her life, who lived here. Now she's going to be going to a total different place. At that time, something that I realized that I can feel now the pains of the other parents who gave their daughters to us. So far we have 4 plus 1, 5 daughters we have brought in, and we have about 5 more to go. In return, we are just giving 1 daughter, which was so heartbreaking that I simply cannot describe. That's one of the most difficult moment, but at the same time I was looking at the positive side. We were all looking into the positive side, that we're giving Dolly's hands into a very, very decent gentleman, Ronak, who is so caring, which I can see when he came into Dolly's life. I can see that how much of a big smile that brought into Dolly's on Dolly's face and into her whole life. Everything changed. And so he's well educated, well settled, and so is each and every family member on the other side. So we were quite assured that Dolly is going just a few miles away and not too far. That's the biggest advantage we have, that she's very close to home. She can be home within half an hour anytime she feels like. So we are blessed to have Ronak as our family member, and we welcome Ronak with extended arms and our heart and soul. Ronak, welcome to our family. And now this time it doesn't even feel like we're not strangers anymore. We are just like family, and God bless both of them. Both of you have a very happy married life, and I wish you all the best in life, and your life maybe your life path may be full of Valentine roses. And I always see your pictures, and I always see you smiling, and I pray to God that keep smiling forever. God bless you both.